Righto guys, just going to do a quick video on caravan maintenance. What tools and items I take for maintenance wise after 5 months on the road. A few people have asked me this question, so I'll just do a quick run through. I'm not going to do everything I carry, just the bare basics. So this is what I have used after 5 months on the road. So for you guys starting out and you're not sure what to take, what I'll show you is just the bare minimum what you need. Lisa's phone's going off in the background. The bare minimum what you need to keep you safe on the road. So all you need, you don't need to bring your snap-on toolkit. Just bring a small toolkit, as long as you've got your tape measure. You've got your hammers. Shifters, I carry 5, which you don't need, way too many. Plenty of screwdrivers, all your ratchets, and I carry sockets up to 20 mil. If you carry everything up to 20 mil, that should get you out of trouble and do everything on your van. So there's not a lot of weight there. If you start going overboard, it just accumulates weight and it's way too much for the van. So that will get you out if you carry those items, those in there. On ratchets, very important, make sure you go buy yourself a torque wrench. So King Chrome torque wrench, they're not cheap, about 120 bucks. But necessity to have on the road. Check your wheel nuts on your caravan and your car. Between 140 newton meters, I do 140 personally, but you guys can look into that what you need for yourself for your own van. But definitely get one of these. Very, very important. Regularly check your wheel nuts, especially if you do a lot of off-roading in off-road vans. Drill rise. I have 2 cordless with charger. 1 rattle gun always comes in handy for just tightening up stuff if I need it, and it's good for my legs, slowly putting your legs up and down. So always carry a rattle gun with you. And I carry 1 drill as well with another battery. Excellent for putting your pegs in, your hex pegs, drilling into the ground, stuff like that. And it's handy for if you need it for other things. Another must-have. I carry a grinder as well, but you don't need that. It's just extra stuff I carry which I don't need. Basic tools. That's your basic tool assembly. That's really all you need. I've got more sets of smaller sets of sockets, and I've got Allen keys as well, which I haven't even used yet because I use the small Allen keys with the sockets in here. But if you want to take little sets of Allen keys and sockets as well, you can. They're the smaller ones, but I haven't even used them. So that's it. Lubricant wise, make sure you have some contact cleaner with you all the time. So good can of contact cleaner. Do your trailer plugs and your contact plugs. Get them all nice and clean as you go. Because they do get a lot of dirt grime in them and they do lose contact. So one of them, WD-40 and spray grease, which I've got in the caravan. I use for the hinges, so a good thing of spray grease. And that's about all you need for lubricants. I do carry a bit of oil as well, engine oil. That's just a litre just for the car on the side if I need it. Generally any other smaller tools, you're always around a Bunnings or a town, you can always get that sort of stuff if you need to. Silicone. Carry 3 tubes of white or clear, a couple of black, because if these vans do leak you can get on the roof and quickly seal them up rather than get a wet caravan. So silicone and a silicone gun, cheap, very handy to use and to bring with you. Tape wise, as you've seen in previous videos, Gorilla tape. Saved me on the windows, so a couple of rolls of Gorilla tape, must have that. I just take some grey tape as well, just for general purpose. Couple of rolls of electrical tape on the trailer where the wiring was. The old stuff's come loose and I've used it a few times to tape it all up, so that's a must have. It'll get you out. So I carry probably 4 or 5 rolls of grey general purpose stuff as well. Really good to have. Tie down straps, they're handy. I carry half a dozen to a dozen. I carry some bigger ones, and I carry the smaller ones as well. If you come to a situation where something goes wrong with an axle, if I'm running independent suspension, so it doesn't bother me, but if you've got an axle and you've got to pull it up, these will get you out of the shit on the side of the road, so you can strap stuff up, put 3 or 4 of these on and do just a bit of bush mechanics on the side of the road. Cable ties and these, you'd be surprised, you know, what you can do with them to get you out of the shit on the side of the road. Also cable ties, yeah, I carry big bags of cable ties all the time. Cable ties are the duck's nuts, they fix everything. I also carry some hose clamps. You don't have to, but they're good for the van if you get a leak somewhere, or the car. Just a cheap pack of hose clamps. And go down to your local Repco or Bunnings and grab yourself a pack of fuses. probably 50 bucks for that, and all the fuses you need to cover your van, your car. It'll get you out. If you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere with no fuses, you're buggered. Carry them, light, and that's that. I carry a lot more gear, but you don't really need it. These are the main ones to get you out of the shit. 5 months on the road, this is all I've really used, and it will be enough for what you need if you're first time travellers. Big thing, very important, what to carry is bearings. So even if you can't change bearings on the side of the road, you don't know how to do them, carry 2 sets. So I've got independent suspension, obviously dual axle. I carry 2 sets for spare wheels. I'm lucky because my bearings are the same size inner and outer, not different sizes, so I just ordered 2 sets of them, and they're cheap bearings, 30 bucks each. Because a lot of towns you go to, if you need to replace bearings, they will not have the code bearings you need if you're out the middle of nowhere. So if you go to a mechanic, you can go, my bearing's making a noise, might need to change it, give him them, and you're back on the road. He doesn't have to wait a week around or a week and a half to order some bearings in for you. So carry them, and if you're cluey, you can put them in yourself on the side of the road. As well as carrying, I carry my bearing grease, so a full tub of bearing grease, so you can do the job on the side of the road. And if you're competent in doing bearings, carry a punch as well, a couple of files, that sort of stuff, and you can do your own bearings on the side of the road. If need be, hopefully it'll never happen to you, because they're a pain, but definitely carry bearings because it'll get you out of shit. If you've got a mechanic in the bush and you can't get them, you can give them to them and they'll do them for you. That's that. Compressor. Make sure you guys got a compressor on board, that's very important, especially if you've got airbags. I mean, that's just a King's one, double pumper, that thing works brilliantly. No dramas at all with that, excellent. 150 bucks I think from King's, and I've had no dramas with that compressor at all. So they're the main things you need, guys, to get you out of trouble on the road. You can carry a lot more tools, but every bit of tool you carry is weight, and weight is not good for the van. So I'll probably shed some of this when I get home, I don't need it, but what I showed you here will get you out of trouble if you want to spend up to 6 months on the road, which I've been on 5 months. That's all I've needed. I haven't needed anything else. If I need knickknacks, pop down to Bunnings, local hardware, whatever, you can grab all that stuff as you need, and there's not a lot of weight here at all, so it keeps the weight down. Just remember, don't leave your charger at home. If you're taking these sort of gear, bring your charger with you, charge them all up. So that's pretty much all I found you really need for maintenance to keep your van up to scratch, that you're doing your maintenance on it, to get you out of trouble if you need tools. Basically that's all you need, your basic tools, your basic setup, and that'll keep you going. So I'll just edit this one in, guys. I forgot to tell you, carry a grease gun as well. Mine's independent suspension, so I've got grease nipples all over the place, and on my DO 35 hitch. So carry a grease gun, regularly grease up your van because it will need it, especially in dusty conditions. I have my automatic one, which runs on the batteries, same batteries as my drills. But if you don't have one of them, just go down to Bunnings, get a manual one. They're not very expensive, a few tubes of grease and you're on your way. So yeah, make sure you take some grease with you as well. So that's that for that, guys. Just a short one. I said from the start, I'll do a few more like this about vans. If you've got any questions, you want to know anything else, drop us a message and I'll see if I can help you out. Cheers.